just like the cost to live. I mean, so many of our families have moved away from Hawaii, and so like, how does that weighing in on Congress, and what are some of the things that you're thinking about with
Well,
respect
think
to that?
about it a little bit like the buckets I just outlined. Like there's some things that Congress has done and needs to do that will deal with the cost of living, inflation, healthcare costs,
Mm-hmm.
other really drivers of that inflation at a national level. So it's a national issue. I mean, inflation is hitting you whether you live in New
Mm-hmm.
Hampshire or Alaska or wherever else. And then there's some very specific issues to Hawaii. We all know that we have many, many high cost drivers in Hawaii, but one of the most critical one is just housing, where we have one of the highest housing costs in the country. And so, how can I get the federal government to create and plus up the programs that provide for more affordable housing? We're not going to be able to be like a lot of other parts of our country in terms of housing. I mean, if you're in Houston, Texas, you can grow out as far as the borders of Oklahoma and the other states, and you can just spread and spread. We don't have that option here, and so we're going to have always a dynamic that is makes it a lot harder for us to provide for affordable housing. But can we, through federal and state programs and laws and regulations like zoning laws that say what you can build and where, can we at least provide for a mix of housing so everybody can find their niche and afford what they can? And so those are federal affordable housing
Mm-hmm.
programs.
Right.
But to be honest with you, this is an area where I need to work with my state and county partners because I don't think we've been doing a good enough job at that level to make sure that when we allow, for example, a developer in Kaka'ako to
Mm-hmm.
build a high rise,
Mm-hmm.
like it's got to be really an affordable part of that high rise as opposed to just kind of getting around the
Sure.
rules somehow. So
Sure.
we've got a lot of
Yeah, that's true.
mistakes and some opportunities
Yeah.
too.